Kadin, have you read any Chainsaw Man?
I watched the first 3 episodes, and I plan to watch the 4th.
Whoa.
Poggers. I watched the first 3 episodes. I just finished the 3rd one, actually just a few hours ago.
Yeah.
And this drawing is already really gross.
Yeah. So context, Chainsaw Man devils based on things that are feared. So we thought, okay, take random phobias and turn them into devils. And so this is the fear of peanut butter sticking to the roof of your mouth.
Oh my god, Ben. Oh my god. Dude, I can't. You'll see.
What?
Did you guys do the same one?
Oh, that'd
Kind
be awesome.
of.
Oh man, I'm really looking forward to this then.
I like it because
Oh my God.
we can say that this is fear of eating poop.
Yeah, just switch it, Ben.
Yeah, if we really want to.
Which is actually my biggest fear. I didn't want to tell you because I didn't want it to be used against me.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah.
It is a really horrible weakness to have. I'm glad I don't.
Oh yeah.
I guess that's a pretty reasonable fear, all things considered. But yeah, it's called arachibutyrophobia, fear of peanut butter sticking to the roof of your mouth.
That's hilarious.
I think that's one of those fake phobias. People, it's mildly discomforting, and so people call it a phobia. It's like how people will say they have PTSD when it's just like, oh, I got hit in the face with a soccer ball, now I got PTSD. It's like, you didn't witness a fucking roadside bombing. You got hit with a soccer ball. Let's use lighter vocabulary for lighter issues like that, right?
Man, I want to agree with you, man, but it's happened to me. One time somebody threw a football at me and my hands were just like slightly spaced too far apart and went straight through my hands and right onto my nose. And I've been afraid of catching balls ever since.
Wait a minute. That's the episode of the Brady Bunch.
It really, yes. It happened to me. I'm
No, it's
Marshall.
you've made this up.
Life imitates art.
Life.
I have questions about this. Where's its brain?
That's in the peanut butter, obviously.
So
Of course.
is the peanut butter the thing and like the mouth is kind of like a snail's shell?
It's like how Wobbuffet is the tail and then the body is a fake.
Exactly. So the real creature is the peanut butter, and its outer shell, it's a defense thing. You know, the peanut butter retreats back to the roof of the mouth if it's in danger.
That's horrifying. All right, so I forgot to record a time lapse for mine.
Yeah.
And so
Well, that was a short episode, guys. It's great seeing you.
yeah, I have just the image, but I thought to myself, I could make this interesting and I could just show you guys the silhouette at first.
Ooh.
Okay.
And then I would have you guys guess at what it was, but now you know. So this is pointless.
I'm seeing the silhouette now. This is
a man.
also the peanut butter sticking to the roof of the mouth man.
It's
All
close.
I can see is that he's drippy. Like that's. Otherwise, he just looks like a buff man.
He looks like a
with a
man. He looks
claw.
like he's covered in peanut butter. Like
Okay.
Yeah, it's a fear of being drenched in peanut butter. Is that what it is?
Sort of. You guys ready for the real thing?
hit me.
Yeah,
with
go
that.
ahead. Wow, it is. Jif peanut butter man.
So I thought you were gonna make a fucking devil. Wouldn't this be a fiend?
Yes, it
No,
technically would. In
okay.
fact, I like to think this is George Washington Carver.
Oh. I want to point out something about George Washington Carver. People always say, "Oh, he thought of 100 uses for peanut butter," but everything he thought of for peanut butter was like, he invented a peanut butter lotion, which was just him rubbing peanut butter on his skin. It was more of just him putting peanut butter in different places and then giving those names.
Yeah.
Oh, man,
did
we should do that.
your schools ever do Black History Month stuff when you were kids?
Yeah.
The whole month was George Washington Carver month. Which, I'm not trying to undermine the guy, but there are 28 days in February, and not all of them need to go to the person who figured out you can mash peanuts into goop. Give one of those to Frederick Douglass, maybe.
I mean, I was gonna, there's Martin Luther King Jr. and then there's the man who realized you can rub peanut butter on your face.
Yeah. Which Carver's he's got a cool story.
I think the main reason, let's be honest, the main reason he got all that attention was just because his first two names were the names of the first.
Yeah,
president
it's
of
like
the
a dramatic
United States.
reveal. George Washington Carver. What? You've changed. You flipped the script. That wasn't what I was expecting.
That's why.
Is he like the sequel to George Washington? Is he that big?
He's the woke reboot because he's black.
Exactly.
That's why I'm going to name my kid Jean-Luc Picard, and the middle name will be Captain of the Starship Enterprise. good things will happen to that kid.
Well, I am liking Chainsaw Man.
Well, real talk. I don't think it's bad, but it was sold to me as the next biggest thing ever and the herald of the end times. So
It actually, to be honest, I've never seen a series get so popular in the West before the anime debuted.
yeah, it
Never.
was weird.
It is.
I think the hype's gonna be hard for it to live up to, but it's not
Yeah,
bad. Like
especially
I'm
because
enjoying
it's
it.
So it's got a lot of issues that people do not like talking about or like arguing about, but do not like talking about civilly.
I mean, that's just anime.
I mean, yeah, but Chainsaw Man tends to revel in that. Like, there's just people who are upset that Denji likes boobs, and it's like, oh, there's so much worse stuff in there.
I can't believe a 16-year-old boy would just want to touch boobs.
The 16-year-old
very
boy who has
unrealistic.
never had a woman in his life.
He's just so undignified. I can't relate.
When I was his age, I was reading the classics. Shakespeare was my breast.
The closest I came to genitals was Moby Dick.
I made sure to cross out every instance of that whale's name in my book.
In my version, they were just they were trying to catch the electronic musician Moby.
And the good things about it though is like it looks nice, and the design of Chainsawman himself is amazing.
Yeah, Jack Chainsaw Man looks great. And I'll say this, I am a known CG hater. Even when CG is good, I'm like, I just wish it was drawn, you know?
Yeah.
Even if it's digital art, I always prefer it over CG. That doesn't mean that if a show has CG, I hate it. Kaiji has a lot of CG, but I think it's such a good show that I can get around it.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
it needs to be like a really great show for me to get around the use of CG. And every anime uses CG now, and I live with it. I understand we live in the year 2022. That being said, Chainsaw Man uses a lot of CG, but the way it uses it, I feel like fits the show perfectly, and it hasn't bothered me yet.
I haven't really noticed it. Like I see it when
When they're
moving.
walking, it's usually CG. It's like looks rotoscoped, and that almost makes it look like they're moving like a live action show. And I feel like that's a really cool aesthetic for the show.
Yeah, I think they try to match their animation to the CG to make it harder to tell. Because there's like been things to people pointing out, oh, I can't believe they use CG for this. It looks awful, and they're like, no, that part was hand drawn.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I think if you paused this show randomly here and there and like did that taste test and said, hey, which is one of these is CG, which one is hand drawn, people couldn't tell.
Oh, let's make a game show out of that. That'd be
It really only reveals itself when there's movement involved.
It's true.
You should show your second drawing.
We should. Okay, yeah. I'm gonna show my next drawing, and this one, the peanut butter thing was a nice through line for the first two drawings. For the last two drawings between the GIF man and the next drawing I did, is that they were drawn with the exact same like style palette of the volume 1 cover. We did just on the same brainwave today.
Yeah.
We're using the same brain cell.
Did you do what I did and just Google phobias and then like immediately got to peanut butter and thought that's the one?
That's the one. Yep. We were both incredibly lazy. Good for us. And yeah, this is a hybrid one. So
It's a fiend.
But the fiends are devils who've taken over human bodies and look almost just like humans. The hybrids, like what Denji is the ones with the weapon as a head.
I'm so
that make-
confused.
No, I get you. It's
A hybrid is a human with devil powers. A fiend is a devil that's taken over a human body, but is still a devil
okay.
like at heart.
okay, yeah.
Oh, wrench man.
Oh, okay, yeah. So he was his Puchita was a wrench.
Yeah, he let a wrench clamp down on him as part of the contract. And
I like to think the dog wrench just couldn't walk. It had no legs.
Or it was a monkey because it's like a monkey wrench.
Oh,
that's
better.
good.
Yeah.
There we go. Write this down.
Man, I always want to draw that devil now. Just like a half monkey, half.
This immediately just reminds me of the Simpsons joke. You know the one I'm talking where the guy at the hardware store is like, he's wearing the costume of a wrench, and they're like, "How do you fit in that costume?"
Oh yeah, it's Alan Wrench.
Yeah, Alan Wrench. They found me in a meteor.
Man, this is unsettling. I don't like how the flesh turns into metal.
Yeah, it's great, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, I guess that's the intent there.
Yeah, I never paid attention to, because I was drawing a Chainsaw Man for the thumbnail for our last video, which you should check out. But I couldn't figure out where Chainsaw Man's neck began and the head and the head part was separate from it, and so it looked really weird whatever I rendered. And
I had the same
clear,
problem. That's why I
learned my
made the
lesson.
head at that angle so you couldn't see their neck.
Yeah, that's probably the best way to go about it. Like a tight, no open collar is probably best for it.
He looks really, really dangerous and cool, but I don't think many people are afraid of wrenches.
Yeah, he's not that.
Oh, they
strong.
will be.
He's not a very strong devil. He's like the sea cucumber devil in terms of power.
Is that
It's
a
not really-
thing the demons can do? Can they like make people have a phobia just by their own sheer terror? Like if I saw this thing, I'd be afraid.
The idea is that people are generally afraid of everything to some extent, and to what extent they are afraid is how powerful the devil is.
Yeah. So
Peanut Butter Man could be really
there
strong.
is a case of like the devil itself increasing or decreasing fear in a society just based on the devil alone and not what it's based on.
Huh.
If that's an overly complicated way to say it.
Well, like everybody with a peanut allergy is probably afraid of Peanut Butter Man.
Yeah. And also the peanut butter sticking to the roof of your mouth devil.
Those are two different devils, though.
Yeah, they're two different devils, but there's a lot of overlap in
the
their
people with the
powers,
peanut allergy, they've never known the feeling of peanut butter sticking to the roof of their mouth
It's true.
Ooh.
because they've all died.
The thing is, if it's stuck to your roof of your mouth, you can't get it out of there, which means you're definitely dying from allergies. So basically, the peanut butter devil is just a weaker version of the peanut butter sticking to the roof of your mouth devil because it always encompasses everything to do with peanut butter.
I disagree because I'm biased.
Okay, sure, yeah.
All right,
Let's just assume that your devil's more powerful than mine. I get
Actually, I think if the two of them fought, your devil would just eat mine. Like there would be nothing he could do to stop it. It would just slowly
I
consume
think
him.
your devil has more intelligence though, and has arms. So
it. Also, I forgot to mention, my devil is only like 4 inches tall, so...
Oh yeah. Have you ever seen Gravity Falls?
Yeah.
There's that last episode, that monster voiced by Louis C.K., where he's just crawling around saying, "Get in my mouth." Do you remember
I
that?
don't remember that.
two things.
That's
two things. Did you call him Louis C.K.?
I meant to say Louis, man. Don't call me out like that.
Number two. That is crazy that Louis C.K. was on Gravity Falls.
It also said get in my mouth for it.
Yep. Even in that show, he's the most inappropriate thing.
Yep. What a way to end on.
We have fun sometimes.
Yeah. And this is our second Chainsaw Man episode in a row
Yep.
since me and John talked about it last time.
I felt bad because I didn't want to come on because I was like, oh, I don't know that much about Chainsaw Man. I'm only watching the anime, you know. But here we are. I feel like I totally understand the series.
Well, we had a hard pivot into many other topics.
That's literally everybody when they interact with you.
What?
I don't know anything about anime
Oh
whatsoever.
yeah, because we always know less than John. Okay,
Yeah,
yes,
okay.
Now I understand.
Cut all of that out.
Yeah, all of it's gone. We've ended the episode like 10 minutes ago already.